Greetings, programs. My name is Wretch, and I'd like to welcome you to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Clan Quest. Now, about 5 years ago, I decided that I was going to start making Let's Play videos on YouTube, and my very first series was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about the game, and quite frankly, I didn't know a whole lot about uploading videos to YouTube. But the one thing that I did know was the lore of the World of Darkness. I had played the pen and paper Vampire the Masquerade for many years, and I was really curious to see how it converted over to a video game, and a lot of people seem to really like that formula of someone who played the pen and paper and played the video game for the first time, because it's still my most popular series on my channel, and I really appreciate that. And I figure with the 5-year anniversary and with VTM Bloodlines 2 coming out next year, which I am really excited about, I figured it was a perfect time to just dive in and play the game again and check it out. Now, we're going to be playing with the Clan Quest mod. This is probably one of the most popular mods of the game, and there are a ton of mods that you can do all kinds of stuff. They add in new clans, new disciplines, all kinds of nonsense. But with the Clan Quest mod, it kind of follows the original game, but there are some big changes. There's a graphic update, there's individual quests for each clan that has been added, as well as all the original quests and missions from the first game, or from the original game. And also, there are some very interesting endings that I was reading about, and when I read that some of the endings were available, I had an idea for a character, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So let's go ahead and start a new game, and I'll give you kind of an idea of what I'm wanting to do. We're going to go directly to the character sheet and set our character's clan attributes and abilities ourselves. Now, the Clan Quest mod uses the base 7 clans of the Camarilla. I know in this game it calls it the Camarilla, but that just sounds very weird to me because I had always called it Camarilla back when I played the tabletop, so just letting you guys know, I'm probably going to be calling it Camarilla. But we've got the Brujah, the Gangrel, the Malkavians, Nosferatu, Toreador, the Tremere, who I played in the first series as Montross, and the Ventrue. Now, here's what I'm thinking, and this is going to be a little bit difficult because they're not a clan known for combat necessarily. I'm actually going to play a Ventrue. Now, those of you who have played the game a lot are like, oh, Wretch, what are you doing? But I had this idea for a character. And when you guys see what I'm doing, if you know the tabletop lore at all, you're probably going to have a pretty good idea what I'm going to do. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys stick around for it. But the name Wretch, not very Ventrue-like. So we are going to go ahead and name ourselves Nolan. Nolan is an Irish name. It sounds very noble, at least to me personally. And worst comes to worst, if being a vampire doesn't work, we can always get a job as a famous director, I guess. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Now, one thing that the Clan Quest mod added that I really liked is history. I don't remember this from the original game. I think this was an addition. You can choose kind of a background story for your character, and choosing these backgrounds can give you buffs and debuffs and all kinds of different stuff to flesh out your character, give it a little bit more spice, I guess. For example, with Runaway, your old man was a bastard. You can say that now. It took years just to be able to mention him. You're making progress, but you still avoid confrontation, and you don't know if you'll ever be comfortable with being touched. You start with 1 point in stealth, but it costs more experience to raise your brawl ability. So you get a really cool buff right off the bat, but you do have to kind of pay for it down the line. And there's a bunch of stuff like that, and also, if we go to like Union Boss, this swaps the priority order of your attributes to physical, social, and mental. So a lot of variation, which I enjoy a lot. It's a great addition. But for the purposes of Nolan's character, we're going to go with Juvenile Hall Disciplinarian. Already as a teen, you love to demonstrate your influence and power over others. I like to think he was like a prefect or something. But with this, we swap the priority order of our attributes to physical, mental, and social. So we'll go to the character sheet here. We're going to have the base 7 humanity. We have 5 strikes with the Masquerade before game over. And we have 2 points to spend in physical and 1 in mental. No social, which I know is very un-Ventrue-like, but you'll see what I'm trying to do here, hopefully. We're going to put 1 dot in stamina and 1 dot in strength. I'm going to go for a melee-based fighter. And for mental, we're going to go into wits. So right now, we've got unarmed combat at 2, melee combat at 2, and combat defense of 2. The feats are combinations of different abilities and attributes. And with our abilities, speaking of which, we have 2 points we can spend in talents, 1 in skill, and 3 in knowledges. So I'm going to go with dodge to give us a combat defense of 3. And I think intimidation. I don't want this guy to be too much of a brawler, though brawler does affect feeding from people in combat. We may want to throw some points in there a little bit later, but I think we're good for right now. And with our skills, definitely go in melee. And knowledges, we're going to throw into computer, investigation, and scholarship. Computer, just because hacking was so useful during the first playthrough of the game. Investigation, so our inspection is high enough that we can notice things. And scholarship, so we can actually read those XP books that we found throughout the world in the first playthrough. And sometimes I don't think we had the high enough research for it, so I'm going to try and take care of that as soon as possible. And that leads, and I know, a Ventrue without finance. What's going on here? But in terms of disciplines, we've got Dominate. Now, Dominate is the superior strength of the vampiric mind, which allows our character to control the minds of weaker kind and even some kindred. Dominate effects are covert actions. They can't be traced back to you and carry no risk of violating the Masquerade. Actually, both of the powers that the Ventrue can wield toward other people isn't considered a Masquerade breach, which is nice. But we've got Command, Brain Wipe, Sleep, Suicide, and Possession. We're actually not going to be using a whole lot of Dominate. We're actually going to be saving our XP for Fortitude and Presence. I'm going to throw our free point into Fortitude. What Fortitude does is it just gives us additional points to soak feats. Once we use the blood, we essentially get an armor. Now, the thing about Ventrue is they can't attack like a tank, such as the Brujah or Nosferatu with Potence, or even the Gangrel with their claws, but they can absorb damage like a tank, and that's kind of what we're going for. And Presence is a really awesome power in this game. It's very different from the tabletop. In the tabletop, Presence accentuates what you want people to like about you, or it amplifies what you want them to fear about you. So you have stuff like Dread Gaze and Majesty and a whole bunch of different powers. In the game, however, in this, you essentially have a debuff ability you can cast on someone. The dread presence of the vampire can strike mortal fear into the hearts of their opponents, reduce enemies' effectiveness in combat, and all levels of presence cost 1 blood point per activation. Presence carries no risk of violating the Masquerade. At rank 1, those very close to you suffer a -1 penalty to strength, wits, and perception, and a reduced rate of attack. Lasts 16 seconds per activation. So it's just a really cool debuff, and it just gets more and more potent as points are put into it, including a percentage chance to be mesmerized as well. So that should be fun. But I think we are in good shape. I'm going to go ahead and run the intro just because I love the intro. And I think we may do the tutorial with Jack as well, so I kind of remember how to do everything. So let's jump back into the world of darkness once again. The Embrace. The act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. What could go wrong?
I want to show you something.
That could go wrong. Oh god, he got bit in his masculine jawline. That was probably pleasant. Well, no, it's a Ventrue, not a Giovanni, so it probably would be very pleasant. Morning! This room service sucks.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
She has a different look than the Tremere sire. Or had a different look.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
LaCroix's like, I'll have no caitiff in my town. I'm very curious what the Anarchs are doing in this meeting. That was always fairly interesting to me, and why she's not wearing pants. I'm not complaining, mind you, I just found that curious.
Tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society.
Look like Zoolander.
Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
I'm still blown away by the character designs in this game. Like, they're still so good. But there also is a graphic upgrade with this patch, so... Use the mouse to look around. Let's see if I remember this. Toggle the view key. Now, if memory serves, we're about to run into Vampiric Bender.
What a scene, man. Woo-wee.
Yes, indeed.
Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Who are you?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
What happened in there?
Don't worry, kiddo. You'll adjust. I'd love to explain it all, but time's a-wasting. You want some help or what?
Okay. I could use the help.
All right. Why don't we, step out back here?
I like it where I am. At least I'm out of that theater.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know? Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
I don't remember.
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, like your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
What do I do?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
So, what do I mean,
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him. You bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
won't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? He might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
Oh, alright. This is your blood pool. Blood is the fuel for your vampiric powers or disciplines. I love the V20 logo in the background beneath your blood pool and your life bar. Okay, well, concerts. The Empire Hideous from the Asylum. The Brides, Ghoultown. Drink with the living dead. Feeding on humans fills your blood pool. To feed, approach your victim and press, okay, F. I remember this. And then there's that bar. We gotta make sure not to drain him. Now, the tabletop, a human has like 10 blood points. You only take about 2 or 3 safely before they're in danger, so... In this game, however, it's a little bit more liberal, which I appreciate. Hi there. Oh, whoops. Drinky, drinky. Glug, glug. And you just hang out there.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
I don't know how I feel about it, but it does feel good.
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better.
There's more.
All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Like that. That's our word. Yeah? Like what?
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
So I'm going to live forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
I like that Jack doesn't bring up true faith, because someone with true faith with any religious symbol can mess you up just as effectively as sunlight and fire can. And, yeah. So, garlic, holy symbol. Now, stakes, that actually, the Nosferatu that ran in and staked our sire and us, I'm scared of that Nosferatu, because in the tabletop, it is so hard to stake a vampire. It's a difficulty of 9 for the attack, and then you got to get 3 successes after the soak. The fact that he was able to do that on a throwing shot and on us, like right after another, that's a lot of potence right there. Got it.
Okay, now. What the fuck is this?
Plot.
Look, you get inside here and head upstairs. We'll meet up in a bit. I'm just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir? At the bottom of your screen, use icon, okay? Oh, the chop shop. Okay, close the door behind us because that's what a smart player does, I'd like to think. And I remember, wasn't there something? Press the jump key to jump onto boxes against the wall and up to the walkway above. I thought there was something over here. It might be up here, actually. And there it is. Your feats are the combinations of your various abilities and attributes. The higher your feat scores, the better you are at the activities they influence. Inspection is a feat, a combination of perception and investigation. So that right there is why we did what we did at character creation. And we can pick up items. Old lockpick.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat? They're, Christ, I don't want to spare you this shit till later. Sabbat. No. They're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
So, what's up?
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
What's the prince a prince of?
No time for political rundown. Job 1, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
So what am I supposed to do?
Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away.
Whew. I still say enhancement shamans need nerfed. If that's the case.
Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. To access your quest log, press the quest log key, default L. Okay, now that large gentleman that you saw there, summoning the spirit wolves and such, that was the sheriff. LaCroix found him in Africa, and there's been a lot of debate over what kind of vampire he is. He's actually one of the kindred of the Ebony Kingdom, which are offshoot clans down in Africa. And I can't pronounce the clan that a lot of people think he is, but it's an offshoot of the Tzimisce. And you saw what he was using there was animalism in this game, and which is a lot cooler than the animalism in the tabletop. And he gives some more hints, like later in the game. I don't want to spoil too much. The big sword doesn't hurt either. Well, actually, I think it probably hurts a lot, but... When the door is locked, you'll see this use icon. Lockpicking, a combination of dex and security. Alright. It's probably going to be the only time we're going to be able to pull this off. Need to trim my nails. Lockpicking succeeded at a lock difficulty of 1. Like how Jack shows up at places like the freaking Batman.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
I had my moments.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Well, wait, I've still got that list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
An inquisition. Let's begin. Okay, I get it.
Keep our secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the Magilla Gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
It's so weird to hear it called the Camarilla. Camarilla. So they're like the vampire good guys?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
That's fair. So what's next?
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little, and you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
Then I'll find it. Area indicator. The icon to the left indicates that you're in a combat area. Anything goes. Masquerade, respect the masquerade. Elysium, vampire neutral ground. No combat or disciplines are allowed except blood buff while lockpicking. Please avoid the harpies. In masquerade areas, breaking the masquerade can carry dire consequences, such as unwanted attention of vampire hunters. Look out, Sin. After 5 masquerade violations, your game is over. Your current number of violations is displayed in the upper right corner of your character sheet. Alright, so if memory serves, yes, there's a computer that we can use, and I think the code is right there on this piece of paper. When you read a note, you can see the okay. Password, Chop Shop. Of course. Use computer, you'll see this use icon. Okay. Be prompted to press Control-C to attempt your hacking feat. That's good to know. If your value of your hacking feat is equal to or greater than the difficulty of the encryption, you will be successful. At least we know we win ties. Welcome, Jim. Available menus, we will go safe. Chop. Shop. Password succeeded. Entering menu. Unlock. Safe doors unlocked. Home. And quit. When you approach a container, you will see this use icon. Press the U. Okay. And there's our Chop Shop key. Bam.
There we go. Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Got it. Press the inventory key to access your inventory. Click on the left and right arrow buttons above your inventory list to access different categories. And there we go. Key ring. An empty wallet. That's not very Ventrue-like. That's one I'd actually... That's a not very Ventrue-like that I'd actually be concerned with. And a lockpick. Good stuff. Alright guys, well, I think this is actually going to be a good place to end the first episode. It's very cool to be back in this world, and he just disappeared like Batman. Maybe Jack has the Path of Mercury or something. Or just some really high-level obfuscate. Or he just went through the broken window. I don't know. But anyway, if you guys liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.